Hello out there in YouTube land. We're going to address a little bit of issue here. It seems to be come up every time I saw wood and how close my hands get to that blade. And we've covered it in countless past ones. But this is maybe going out to Jennifer a little bit more than others because she seems to be figuring I'm going to cut my fingers off. And sooner or later that's probably going to happen. Because every time you run a sawmill, every time you go down the road, every time you do anything you do and you don't have an accident, the next time you do that, your percentage of having that accident is higher. You have to accept that. I was driving home from work one day, just minding my own business, putting along, doing 40 miles an hour, and this other guy comes speeding down the road in the opposite direction, and the last second, he swerved in my lane, had a head-on crash, and I spent months recovering from that. Lots of operations and all that kind of crap, okay? Accidents happen, and that's just the way it is. Some of them you can control a little bit, some of them you can't control. That was totally uncontrollable. And I kind of don't think this, I don't know. For the best scenario would be to have an off-bearer down there, okay? So you got some guy that as soon as this log is sawed, we're going to say this is a board. Okay, as soon as that board is sawed, okay, I'm trying to see where this is. It's sitting up against the blade. Okay, I'm getting wind coming in, so I don't know what you're seeing. So it's sitting against the blade. Okay, and where it's sitting at, I have to flip it over this way so it'll lean on there, is generally right about here. Okay, sometimes it might be about here. This is a 6-7 inch board, and this is a small blade. So the distance between here and here is about 6-7 inches. You can touch, when this thing's going, you can touch this all day long. All that is a flat piece of metal. Up here there's little bumps in it, okay? The only thing that's going to get you is right here. See that? That's less than 1/4 inch wide. Okay? And there's, I think, 48 of those on this blade because it's a small blade. So if you took 48 inches and you divided it in half, you'd have 24, or no, divided in to quarter, because it's a 1/4 inch, you'd have 12 inches. So you basically got 12 inches of blade. Excuse me, that's a kitchen knife, okay? Look at, right here. Here's an 8-inch kitchen knife, okay? Now, when you're sitting there, I can't do this, am I cutting up you can't even see the blade, where am I? This blade's so small you can't even see it. You're sitting there cutting those things up. Your fingers are holding that piece, or your knuckles holding that piece. You're what? Maybe 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch from that blade. That blade. Okay. I'm 6 inches. I'm 6 inches from this blade. Now, if you see me when I get a tall one like this, I might not pull it over because it's too close. And I have a stick to pull them over from time to time. You'll see a lot of times I don't wear gloves because if I get in here, I know what my hand's going to do. I do not know or have control of that glove other than it's in my hand and it's going to be moving a little bit. But it might have a thread that comes out and catches this and pulls me in, so you'll very seldom see me wearing gloves. Okay, and yeah, every now and then you get cuts. That's just what happens. But you got to accept some degree of you're going to get hurt. But what's worse than having this board laying right here, okay, is back there. When you get to the back, it's rotten light. Okay, trying to show you the importance of getting that board away from that blade. Okay, it's just like a kickback on a power saw or on a table saw. When this board is coming through, can't see where it's coming through. Okay, if it flops over and hits these teeth, it's going to catch it and fling it. It's just that simple. It's not going to, it might saw it if the blade is real sharp and things are going good. The tip speed on these things, on this blade here, I'm running around probably 9,500 feet per minute. Now, somebody can figure that out and leave a comment below what that is in miles per hour. But when you have a big board coming like this at that speed, because it's going to launch it, and I had one launch one time. You see that big tree back there? Yeah, all the way back all the way back there. Okay, that's 50 foot away from here at least. Okay, the board went up there hitting and shattered. Okay, it's more dangerous to have this board sitting on that blade than it is to reach your hand and just flip it over. Okay, once again, I'd love to have an off bearer. Okay, let's say I go up there and get my neighbor who's what, 80 years old, or the Joe is 85 or so. He's down here at this end. I have no control of what he's doing. I have no idea what he's doing. You can teach him, but people are going to move the way they want, where they want, when they want. And I'm having okay, that board there probably weighs, that little chunk of wood there is, well, it's 8 inches tall, so it's probably 14 inches wide. That thing probably weighs 1,000 pounds. So I have a 1,000-pound chunk of wood coming down this track, and all of a sudden he decides he's going to reach in and do something, reach in there. Unless you have somebody that's really skilled at this end like Mark does, you're probably better off sawing by yourself, because you got to watch what you're doing, you got to watch what the board's doing. You really don't want to be watching what the guy's doing down at the other end. You want to know that he knows what's going on. You got to know that he knows that you're pulling a board. When that log or board or cant hits that blade, you got to know that he knows what's going to happen next. And sometimes, all the time, you think you know what's going to happen next isn't what's going to happen next. You know, you could have an end cut come off of there, or a knot fly off of there. I mean, you look in most sawmill buildings, and if you look up at the ceilings, luckily I'm doing all right that way. It looks like you're looking through a planetarium in the daytime. So it's not all as bad as it looks. Okay, the only place that you have to worry about is right here at the very tip, and I'm always way in here. It's just that simple. If it gets too close where I feel nervous, okay. Another thing, when you're cutting on your cutting board in your kitchen, you're cutting just standing there. You're like a stick standing up in the air. So you're like this. You can move any way you want. When I come in and you see me pull 99% of my boards off, you'll see my hand on here as a secondary handle. Not saying that something doesn't catch in here and throw me into it. You never know. Another thing that you guys have never even seen, you guys have never seen me adjust these saw guides. See these saw guides in here? You have to put a wrench right here. You have to put a wrench right here, and you have to adjust these so there's, see that little bit of play in there? But that's got to be done with a saw at full speed. You can't do it at half speed, because these saws do what they call stand up. Because the tip is moving so fast, there's so much stretch in the end of this tip, they have to be hammered for the RPMs that you're running. And I'm running right now 670 RPM, so if somebody wants to do the math, they can once again do the math and say the exact tip speed. This blade here, I think, is a 52 inch tall blade. It's a small blade. So anyhow, that's what that is. Now we're going to go ahead and knock this off. So that's the way it is. The other thing you guys seem to like to hammer me on is this damn shaft. I said, that's just part of sawing. This shaft, I've done videos in the past. This shaft is smooth as glass. Okay? There's no keyways in it. There's no things sticking out. It's not the same as a PTO shaft on a tractor. It's not the same as a shaft here and there. Different shafts. It's smooth. The one movie I did of this, I did a video with a t-shirt, and the whole time I videoed the t-shirt, okay, I was just running it up and down like this, and it never snagged it. So the chances of it snagging my pant leg are probably pretty slim, but it could happen going down the road. At what point are you going to say, hey, this is unsafe, I can do this, I can't do that? So, you know, I'm sure that I'm going to have to do this after I saw another 2 or 3 logs. Because people, if you only see this movie that's coming up next and you see me grabbing in there, then you're going to say, oh, no. You know, you gotta weigh your own amount of acceptability for danger, or there's danger everywhere you go. The best thing I can say is you're going down the road and you can have an accident, and it's going to happen. It's just that simple. It's going to happen, and hopefully you won't get hurt too severe. I mean, I had on my table saw, I had a board come back and hit me in the face, and it put put a hole right through my chin, between my lip and my chin. Put a hole right through there, an inch big, and go to the hospital, get your stitches on the inside, get your stitches on the outside. And it's just what had to be done. I'm gonna put you here. I think this is a pretty good spot. Go ahead and put your ears on. We're gonna rip that rooster wood. It's for that guy's chicken coop. And get that out of the way. Everything's cleaned up. I cleaned up my slab wood. So everything's ready to go. I don't think it's going to take too long to cut that up. We're at 10. I should be done in another 10 minutes. This is real time. So when you see me sawing a log, that's how long it actually takes to saw a log. I'm not cutting out and doing this or flipping it over. You're going to see me. All my movies are exactly what happens. So if you see me taking 5 hours to saw a log, it took 5 hours to saw that log. If you see me taking 1 minute or whatever, that's how it is. Sometimes I knock out the stupid nonsense like all the jabber and just do it. So anyhow, you're going to turn your volume down. I hope the Detroit will out noise the wind. now you can see how much this log is kind of starting to bow. Box off.
Guy to get his power on. Boys been helping on our phones, get our phones straightened out. So
is that today?
yeah, I would like to get a.
All right. Well, I got another log I saw when you're done with it.
I don't want to be down there in the dark.
Down here, or in the tire area?
Tire area.
We can do it tomorrow. Somebody covered up the damn machine. It didn't rain last night, did it?
Yeah, it didn't rain last night, but it rained this morning.
Did it?
Yeah. Not very much.
Yeah, just enough, huh?
Just enough to screw things up.
I had to come back here and pick up all the shit I had back here. And
Well, you know, I was going to do it. And I thought,
it's kind of where the shit goes.
well, and
just go down there and grab the. We're going to stack this one next to this pile. Stack it right here.
just like this.
Yeah.
We roll it over.
Yeah. I only rolled over because.
Wait a minute, get sawdust off of it.
Joe gets sawdust off of it.
Oh, this is
Chicken wood.
good chicken wing.
Chicken wood.
Good looking chicken wing now. I just something's got knotted in this, a reject. Look at all these knots.
That's a chicken eye. What we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's 12. Wow, these went over. Well, they didn't cut these, did they? That's 12.
Yeah.
Okay. Now theoretically, he said he could cut these in half.
Yes, that's 24.
So it's 24.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so we've got.
Let me sit here. Configure. What they're worth? What do you figure now? Huh?
If you got, if this thing is 30 foot,
Yeah.
okay, 30 times 12 equals, that's 360 feet, right? So here, there's 24 times 8 equals, here there's 192, and there's, I think, 2 more over there.
That's only 2?
Yeah, the third one's a fat one.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4 there.
Are there 4 there?
Yeah.
No.
The fourth one's a fat one. One on the bottom's a fat one, right?
Okay. But
Now-
anyhow,
Now,
so-
they're wider than these.
Well, I got-
These
I got-
are about 9 inches, right?
These are 8 inches. 8 inches. So, you got 192, so there's 3 more, so that's another 24, right?
Oh, yeah, they're only 8 foot.
What did I just figure? 192, 190, you mean
What they want?
wider?
No, 8 foot. How long are they?
Oh, they're 12 foot, I don't care about that. He's cutting them in half, so they'll only need 6 foot. Right. Okay, so 12 makes 24, right? 24 and 3 over there, so there's, okay, so you got 24
and 6.
24,
6. It's 30.
okay. All right, 30 times 8 equals, it's 240 feet, 240 feet. So he needs another 120 foot, right?
Jesus Christ.
Isn't that right?
I guess.
He's got to go out 30 foot. So 30 foot times 12, 30 foot times 12 equals 360 feet. Okay, what we got here is what, 13? Okay, times 2, which is 26. So 26 times 8 equals 208. Where did I get 240? Let's see. No, that's a higher number. So you got
That comes out to 6.
well, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, right? 30 times 8, because they're 8 inches wide, equals 240. So we still need 120 feet, or 120 inches of them. I got some up the front already. Because the first order was I need 5 or 6 boards. Okay, so if I need 120 divided by 8 equals, I need 15 more boards. There's only like 10 up there.
I hope you supplying the eggs for the rest of the year. Now, look,
Those did you see the 2x6s I cut?
I think so.
2x6s at Home Depot right now, treated or untreated, for $20 a piece. Yeah, I just looked them up before I started sawing.
Now, look, before I get sidetracked again,
Okay.
you had said yesterday about,
I did. Yeah. Okay.
about a piece of cherry that was laying in my yard up there.
Yeah, it's by the.
Yeah, by that container.
It's just a piece of shit that you push down and put in the container in.
I understand that.
Okay.
But there's other cherry down in the yard.
That are down or.
Been down for a couple of years. Some of them haven't been touching the ground for however long they've been down.
Yeah, I might look at them. I think I went down and looked at them once, and it just is all that is just to throw in the boiler so it smells good in the daytime like today. That's all I use cherry for.
Well,
But I appreciate it.
some are, shit, they're 2 foot across.
Oh, well, I might come down and look at them. I think I did once. I'm pretty sure I did once.
Right, okay.
I'm so senile that I halfway remember. But
I got to thinking about that yesterday when I went back up there.
Uh-huh.
When you said about that piece of cherry and I was putting the tractor away, I said, God damn, there's all that cherry down in the yard there. If he wants cherry, it's there.
it's there.
You want to saw them couple while I'm here?
Huh?
You want to saw them couple while I'm here, trim them up?
Yeah, I'll do that. Let me see what I got here. I don't know whether I can get. That ain't 16. That ain't 16 inches wide. Why ain't that going in there? It's already bowed so damn much.
It's 12 or 14 anyway.
Yeah, but I can't get I can't get 8 inches out of it.
Well, why does he have to have 8 inches? That goddamn chicken coop.
Yeah, you're right.
Huh?
Yeah, you're right.
So we get a couple of them that are a little bit
So
wider.
we'll do a here and measure it, and then maybe you'll get some 4-inch ones too. Yeah. Good idea. Good plan. You're a smart man. That was, yeah, I'll do that.
All right, where am I sawing at here? We'll put this over here. Of course, that puts me right in the spot that they can't see shit. They'll just have to live with it, won't they?
We'll set it down here.